Saturday, June 28th, 2025. Welcome, everybody, to the debut episode of the Bell to Bell Banter podcast. This is episode one, featuring myself, the Battle Club guy, and my two amazing cohorts. We have Beast to Goat, Henny M.
I can't
Welcome,
do a
gents.
heart.
How we doing?
There we go. Did a heart.
Ah, we did a
Alright.
heart. Oh, you did a weird heart. What the heck was that?
I did like a, you
There
know.
go.
I've never seen that before in my life. But we're doing fantastic.
So we're gonna talk some Night of Champions.
Some Riyadh season experiences.
I thought it was a good show.
They never seem to just, want to really deliver with these Riyadh shows sometimes.
I
It's
think
like a
this was
mini
the best one they've
WrestleMania.
had.
I mean, yeah, like the first one's always great, and then Crown Jewel fucking sucks.
Well, Crown Jewel's actually in Perth. It's not in Saudi, so that was the last time they're in Saudi this year.
Oh, thank
I
God.
thought they had two.
Oh,
I
thank
forgot,
God.
no, Perth is getting
That's right, they
Crown
did
Jewel.
do an ad. I pay
Yeah,
attention.
no.
I
Next,
forgot till the
next,
ad.
Yeah, it's
next
October,
time-
what, 11th?
I think 11th. Yeah, the weekend of 11th. Because next
So-
time Saudi gets a pay-per-view is Royal Rumble.
Yep, the
Oh,
Royal
just
Rumble.
fucking shoot me.
Oh, gee, that's gonna be
Yeah.
a hell of a Royal Rumble.
Can't wait for a 40-man Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. So, Night of Champions. We're gonna like I said, this is the debut episode, guys. So bear with us. We're working out all the little kinks. So we're gonna go down Night Champions, and we're gonna give our our thoughts on each match. We're gonna go over like who we thought should have won and all that good stuff. So we're gonna start with the opening match. It was the King of the Ring finals for the men's. It was Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Beast, you're a big Randy Orton guy.
Of course. Of course.
How did you?
Both
feel
have
with the
devilishly
fact-
good looks. I mean,
How did you how did you feel that your guy Randy Orton was getting serenaded to the ring like
This
the Saudi crowd?
this match sure as hell shouldn't have opened. I'm not gonna lie. This should not have opened.
Yeah, I don't know why they do big openers with a big main event when it should just be like a normal card. It should have been co-main event.
Nah, this should not have opened. Like, it was a good match regardless. Like, Randy still scares me with his back. I don't I don't like when he does back bumps.
He just
But I
wins
mean-
all the time.
Nah, because he sells so good, bro. Like, he sells and like I feel like he's actually hurt. He's not. But
Every match you're like,
scares me. Like, I mean, I still don't understand why Cody won. I think it would have been more interesting to have, the feud that's been going on since like day one of them both debuting, Randy and Cena.
But I don't even think Randy should have been in the finals. I think Sammy should have won.
You think
I think that's
Sammy
more
should have won the
interesting.
match? You think Sammy should have won King of the Ring?
King of the Ring. I think he should have beat Randy and then beat Cody at Saudi. I feel like that would have been crazier than Cody, because Cody was so obvious. So I'm not like Cody really didn't need King of the Ring anyway to fight Cena. So I think it was just pointless to have him win.
Now, I agree. Yeah, I agree with both you guys. I don't think, like I said in my predictions I did earlier, I said Cody's winning. It's obvious. It's so obvious.
It's the
gonna
safe
make it-
move anyway.
Yeah, safe
Yeah.
move. You can't make it any more obvious because we're in this Cody Rhodes redemption story, I guess. Because Cena, the big bad heel John Cena, took the title from Cody at WrestleMania. I agree with you guys. I don't think Cody needed to win. I knew he was going to win.
He has a
I don't think he
rematch
needed
clause.
it.
Where's the old school days?
Yes,
He
yeah,
lost the
that's what I'm
title.
saying.
Where's this
He
rematch?
just
Like,
pinned John Cena
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. That's what kills
Yeah,
me. He
Money
pinned
in
him
the
2
Bank,
weeks
yeah.
ago at Money in the Bank.
yeah, with Logan in a tag
Yeah.
match.
So, and then in the match, did you guys notice Cody was very once Orton hurt his back on that suplex spot, Cody was acting kind of heelish.
But that's the thing. They tease Cody being healed. They did it with the title and everything. It's like they tease it so much to where it's like it's gonna happen eventually. It has to happen.
But also Randy was with the punt kick because he was kind of like hesitant and then was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway.
That's
Yeah.
I
that's
wanted to
all
see
I
that. I
had.
wanted to see the punt. I wanted to see the
thought
punt.
I thought Randy was gonna RKO him out of nowhere. Honestly,
I-
at the end of that with him lurking, because that's like the only part I watched at work. I had it out at the desk as I'm making licenses and I'm watching it, and the guy's staring at me as I'm staring at my phone.
No, because like Cody keeps doing this thing, and they keep feeding the same bullshit. Is that Cody's like supposed to try and be the super big baby face and shit, and he's just hesitant on certain opportunities. But like honestly, if you put me in the same situation Cody's in, and if somebody's hurt, I'm fucking taking my opportunity. I want my championship. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like him being the mega baby face doing like heel stuff, like he
I get the,
does
like,
on and off.
do right thing, but like
the Kevin Owens one where Saturday Night's Live main event where you just painted him with the chair. I'm like that's the good guy.
well, no, it's like fucking all right. So you're telling me like to the Kevin Owens thing. So he's this big mega baby face, right? But he Alabama slams him and almost breaks his fucking neck on the ladder. Like, and he's supposed to be the good guy? What are we talking about?
And that's what's like certain things they have Cody do. It's like it's either they're teasing it or they really just don't know what direction to throw Cody in. So they're like, well, this looks good for the match.
No, I mean, Cody needs to do either a heel run or he needs to kind of like be that weird tweener kind of thing.
I think Cody needs to start going towards the dark side. Like, I kind of want a double turn at SummerSlam. I really want Cody Rhodes to turn at SummerSlam.
Well, we know how Justin wanted to turn this into for the King of the Ring. He wanted Finn Balor to win the whole damn thing.
Yeah, he should have been. He should have been.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I thought he
should've
was gonna win.
I mean, selfishly, people in the comments, and you know who you are, you want Jey Uso to win the whole damn thing, even though he was champion and somehow was a mystery opponent, and then you still want him to win King of the Ring.
That was
but-
the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't know why they dwindled
Stupid.
down King of the Ring to 4 baby faces in the well, not in the finals, in the semifinals.
You know what I do wish, though, for this at the end? Why the fuck, if you were going to have Cody win, why'd you have Randy win? They're both SmackDown. It would have been more interesting to have a Raw person and a SmackDown person face, because then it wouldn't been like they're going for a certain title. It would have been whoever wins, you can't predict, because at one end, like, for example, if Sammy was in the finals against Cody, that'd be more interesting, because Sammy could go for the heavyweight title, and then Cody's going for Cena's title. It would make it more of a interesting kind of match, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because if
I
it's for
would
the
say-
respected brands, why the fuck did 2 SmackDown people advance to the finals?
And you know what's crazy too? Once we get there to the women's match, it's like you had 2 SmackDown people win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Which
Oscar's
is-
Raw.
Yes, but I'm saying the king and queen of the ring. It was 2 people from SmackDown.
Oh,
won.
2 people from
See what I'm
SmackDown.
saying?
Yeah.
So that tells me.
Oh yeah, so
that-
you're not even caring about Raw. It's kind of
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's because SmackDown has nothing going for it. It had the best episode it did literally 2 nights ago.
And honestly, that was not that good of an episode outside the Andrade.
Yeah, 'cause the
and
bar is
Phoenix
fucking down to
match
my
versus
floor.
DIY, but that Punk promo made that show peak. It's the same with the Cena Pipe Bomb. Those 2 SmackDowns were the best they've had all year.
That
but
could have
the
been-
rest of the card's kind of forgettable.
No, Punk
Yeah.
Cena, that whole segment could have been the show, and they could have just went off the air.
Yeah, I agree. So Cody Rhodes wins King of the Ring.
Oh well, before we advance, does anybody else think a camel chewed that cord to cut the feed? Anybody think? Does anybody think that happened? Like legit?
Yeah, the petting zoo
I
got
do.
out. Yeah.
I've
The
seen
petting
so
zoo
many.
got
I
out.
saw so many people on TikTok and shit fucking say that like a camel chewed it, and I'm like, how the fuck did a camel
Well,
get
it
into?
popped up on someone got a screenshot. I guess it popped up on certain broadcasts that a camel chewed the cord. And I'm like, that has to be the funniest shit ever. Like, imagine explaining to all the producers in Triple H. He's like, yeah, the camel ate the cord. And like, you guys are scrambling as a segment's going on. You're over here telling Triple
Alright,
H.
yeah, you're talking
What the hell are
about.
you talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about the
Camel ate
producer.
cord.
Yeah, you're talking to the producer of the like whole segment. Fucking what was it, Bobby Roode, who produced that segment? Yeah, you're talking to him, and like fucking some guy comes over, like fucking, hey, a camel chewed the cord. What? We're
on
trying to do
TV,
we're
camel-
trying to do the main event segment, and you're telling me a camel just chewed the cord? We have our King of the Rings out there. What the fuck's happening? Can we fix the cord?
Fucking stupid.
It's the dumbest shit. It's funny as hell.
Yeah, so
It's the
make
best
sure
book
make sure
ever.
everyone locks up their camels. You know, we don't need camels chewing our feed.
No, for
Oh,
real.
it better not happen at Rumble, or we're gonna have a serious talk about camels at a wrestling show.
Jesus.
Maybe it was emotional
So,
support animal. I don't know.
The emotional
Okay.
support camel got
Yeah.
to the core.
so we have camels on cords. Yeah, Cody Rhodes
King of the
wins
Ring.
wins King of the Ring, and Byron Saxton interviews him. Cody Rhodes says at SummerSlam he's fighting either John Cena or CM Punk for that Undisputed Championship, and he said he's taking his ball back because he's the quarterback. Are you guys before we'll get to the main event when we get to it? But are you guys excited for Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam in a rematch for a title that
Not really.
he,
That
does that do it for you?
Nah, it does not tickle my funny bone. Honestly, that match at Mania sucked. If John Cena lost, that would have been the worst WrestleMania Night 2 main event, I think, ever. That's worse than Cody losing to Roman. That would have been the worst send-off to WrestleMania weekend because that match sucked. The only reason it redeemed itself is because John won.
Beast, how do you feel about
I
Cody Rhodes, King of the Ring?
I've said it to YouTube before personally. Like Cena, if you look at how this is laid out, like his whole farewell tour, the second he won it, those dates seem to quickly tick one after the other. It is more of a suspense that Cena holds that title literally till the end.
So you don't
Cena.
think Cody's winning? You don't think Cody's winning at SummerSlam?
No, why the fuck does Cena have to
I
turn?
want him to.
Why does Cena have to go back to babyface? Why?
He doesn't have to.
That's what I'm saying. But like most people want him to. Why? He's never never gone heel. It is so fun to see that lever that nobody wanted to pull because of how good he was with merch sales, kids, makeup, all that fucking crap that he did. It is so fun to see him just be a troll and an asshole. And all the things that everybody said he was, he now can be as a character. And it's so fun. If you let him build that suspense all the way till that final date, I don't give a fuck if he loses that final date. I don't care. But the fact that you let him hold on that title all the way till that last match, whoever beats him for that title is over the moon, and it should not be somebody who's already a champion. It should be, in my personal opinion, not trolling, not saying, fucking Jey Uso should beat him, no. But Braun Breaker should beat him for that title. 100%.
I think his last match should be meaningful. That's why I wanted his last match to be Punk, but no, they decided to put it in Jeddah. So who knows what his last match is? But I think Cena's losing at SummerSlam. It's pretty fucking obvious. Even though he shouldn't, I think John Cena should win it. But they don't want Cena to retire as a heel, because like as fun as heel Cena is, you really want him to get booed on his last way out.
He doesn't get booed now.
Off into the sunset.
He doesn't get booed now.
And just to a degree. But
It's somewhat.
You want him to go down on the pony as a heel. I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna turn.
I mean, even as a babyface, he's gonna get John. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, but it's also gonna be like you're really gonna have him go into his last match as a heel, be a dick the whole match, lose it after trying to cheat, and then have like a meaningful speech and be a good guy after it. There's no way. There's no way he's gonna kick someone in the balls and then turn around and have a nice guy promo. There's no way.
Be
There's
awesome.
No way. You know how that last match is gonna go. They're gonna do a rinse and repeat. He's gonna kick someone in the balls, go to hit him with the title, but they're gonna reverse it, win the match, and then you think he's just gonna stand up and have a good guy speech? I don't.
No,
think,
but
no,
see,
I think
like,
they're turning
but
him face.
see, up to his last match, you just have him kind of like feed back into that babyface thing where he's
They
like
did
not.
it tonight with Punk where he did the hug and everything and the handshake, and then
Yeah,
did
but
the
like
stupid
he
little-
doesn't like feed into like, oh, it's just kind of a joke. It's more like he's actually not gonna use the belt to cheat. He's not gonna do this. He's not gonna
And
do
him
that.
throwing the belt out of the ring, he's slowly turning the face. That's why I think at SummerSlam he's gonna have a moment of pause with Cody, and that's when Cody low blows John Cena.
I
And
just
then Cody
really.
Rhodes turns heel, and then The Rock's PTO finally runs out, and he finally rejoins the damn storyline. Cause I'm sick of these Samoans in their PTO. They got way too much. Someone needs to start taking down the bank, cause this is getting ridiculous.
Nah, I feel like if Cena's gonna lose, I want it to be against somebody who is young and deserving of it to boost that person because they're not
But
making anybody a main eventer. There's
that's
like
what I'm saying,
very
they
like
haven't
it's like
built
4
anyone for that
people in the
spot.
main event. But that's
They
what I
really
mean.
haven't
You
built
can
anyone
build
young
it.
for that spot. It's like Braun Breaker. We all know how it's gonna go down. He's just gonna turn on Seth Rollins eventually. That's how that's gonna happen, and then he's
Yeah.
gonna win the world title.
I mean, unless
It's
Seth
kind of like obvious.
unless Cena wins his last match and Seth cashes in.
No.
I don't think
Maybe.
Seth's holding it for that long though. I think he's cashing out. SummerSlam.
You'd be surprised. You know, imagine if honestly, you know, it'd be so fun, and I wish somebody would do it because I would do it if I got into wrestling, and I, you know, had a Money in the Bank briefcase. I would hold on to it to literally the whole year. I would just hold on to that bitch the whole year,
Just hold on to it.
just to you know have an opportunity. Not tonight. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. You know, just keep holding it. You know, it's like, oh, it's coming to a close. Yeah, I know. I got like 48 hours left. There's a SmackDown.
Crazy.
There's a SmackDown. It's fine.
Wait, so
Okay.
Justin, do you think Cody's winning at SummerSlam since someone's asked the man of the hour?
Well, here, let's. Since we're
That's right.
talking
What's your
about,
opinion,
you know,
Justin? What's your opinion?
All right, since we're talking about
We used
Cena
the
and all
shoot
that.
name.
Let's,
I'm sorry.
yeah, let's. No, you're fine.
Yeah, everybody's
We're
gonna know it
talking
anyway.
Since we're talking about Cena and all that, we're gonna, because like I said, it's a debut episode, so we're gonna be all over the place. Let's go to the main event, right? We just talked about Cody and Randy. Cody's the king of the ring. Let's go to the main event. So they build it as the last dance, yin and yang, John Cena, CM Punk, for the undisputed title. Now I want to talk to Henry first because these are both his
These are my
guys, right? These are both his guys, John Cena and CM Punk.
You can see it in the back.
John Cena defeats CM Punk in what was I thought this match over delivered. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was a WrestleMania Avengers-esque type match
That was
ending.
the best match they had in Saudi.
Henry, so John Cena wins, right? After all the shenanigans with Seth Rollins coming out, Sami Zayn coming out, Penta coming out. Do you? Now I know the answer to this, but tell the people at home watching. How do you feel about this match taking place in Saudi? Do you think Punk should have won? Do you think Cena should have retained? What are your thoughts on John Cena
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
defeating CM Punk at Night of Champions over in Saudi Arabia? What's your thoughts on this? Because I know you're a big Cena and Punk guy.
I'm about to give a headphone disclaimer just in case I start yelling, because we're about to get into the rant session here. All right, I'm gonna start. Why the fuck did you put it in Saudi Arabia? Because out of all the places to fucking do it, you picked Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Everyone and their mother has been looking forward to this match the entire retirement tour. You would have sold out any stadium in the U.S. times 10. Everyone wanted. I was planning to fly to Chicago, L.A., wherever they put it, and you put it in Jeddah. And a throwaway Saudi pay-per-view.
No, wait. Not Jeddah. It was in Riyadh.
Oh, Riyadh, my bad. I keep saying
Riyadh.
Jeddah. Oh my god.
Riyadh.
But either way, Riyadh, right? Almost every Saudi pay-per-view is a throwaway. You forget the card in like a week. This is the best one they've had in like the 20 they've done. Every other one sucked. And you're gonna put the most excited match of John Cena's retirement tour in Riyadh, and then you're gonna claim it as the last fucking match? That's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Now, did I kind of want Punk to win? Just a slight bit. But I knew Cena was winning, right? But I almost shit my damn fucking drawers when I saw Seth Rollins run down to that ring. And I'm not going to lie to you, when he did the point for Charles Robinson, and before I knew it was Charles, I thought Roman was coming out, right? I was getting hyped.
That would have
And
been
then when
gas.
Charles started running, my heart fucking sank. My heart sank to my ass. I was hyperventilating. And then John Cena blows him out of the fucking water. Fucking absolutely kills Seth Rollins.
R.I.P. Charles Robinson, by the way.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Hope he's
And
okay.
Eddie, I think the other ref was Eddie Orango. I'm not 100% sure on the name.
He was
But
fine.
one
He
that
made
got
the pin.
shoulder checked,
He's alright.
He got clocked too. But I thought for a minute Seth Rollins was really gonna fucking succeed with that bullshit, and I'm kind of mad they had Penta and like Sammy come out. Honestly, I didn't even want Rollins there, but they gave me a stroke. I would like to say Triple H, that is not cool. I almost had a heart attack. I fell to my knees, and then when Cena went to punt Punk in the balls, and then Punk caught the kick. I thought Punk was winning. I thought it was clips. I thought CM Punk was going to be world champion, and we were going to have babyface John Cena for SummerSlam. But no, my guy gets it done anyway, because he's the greatest of all time, the Unseen 17, and CM Punk's going to whoop Seth Rollins' ass at fucking SummerSlam, and I'm going to have the time of my life cheering on both my guys when they're not trying to rip each other apart. And that was a 5-star match. Anyone who says John Cena's washed, you can kiss my sweaty ass, because John Cena just put out a banger. That is the match of the fucking year.
No, that was.
Okay, so we
That was
got
really
Henry's
good.
statement on it.
No, that was a really good match. That brought me back to
Yeah.
That brought me back to like 2011. That fucking Money in the Bank match. That was a really good match.
So
Somebody
are you
call that just
Beast,
for
you happy Cena retained? You want Punk to win?
I mean,
What,
either way,
Rollins is here.
either way, I would have been fine with it, to be honest. But like, Seth cashing in, I would rather him just cash in on like Gunther or Goldberg, because
Yeah.
that match
Cashing
just
in.
sucks. Like,
Yeah.
Going to that match, I think Seth Rollins is cashing in mid-match, and he's just going to make it a triple threat and win like he did at Mania. What was it, 35, 34?
What? So
Mm.
you
I don't
think
remember the
Rollins
exact
you
day.
think Rollins is catching in what on Cena and Cody?
No, on Gunther and Goldberg. Honestly, I could see him
Okay.
cashing in mid-match and just beating them both. 'cause,
it would be a
Okay.
ratings boost for Saturday night's main event.
And then I have a feeling that it's gonna be. I have a feeling it's gonna be Seth versus Punk for the world title at SummerSlam, because that's what they're kind of building to. Since Seth Rollins is always constantly screwing CM Punk out of title matches.
Or at least like sticking his nose.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Punk versus Rollins maybe at Saturday nights just to give that an extra boost, but then Saturday night's main event is around Goldberg, so maybe you don't want to put too much on it. So you could do Punk and Rollins.
Yeah, but you
And the
already
first one
have.
was that Saturday night's
Yeah.
main event.
But you already have
think
Gunther
that-
and Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
If you
what I'm
have-
saying.
They
So,
don't
yeah,
really need
SummerSlam
that
would be
match.
good. Yeah.
But it's also like, it depends on when Roman's PTO bank runs out, if he's actually going to wrestle at SummerSlam or if he's going to return at SummerSlam back to back.
Yeah.
But with Saturday night's
Yeah,
main event, you
um,
have Gunther and Goldberg, so I mean that's your
Yeah.
ratings boost. But if you
Yeah,
have a
that's your
cash
ratings
in,
boost.
if you have a
Yeah.
cash in, it's kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah. I'll
you gotta
say
have
like
something.
I'll
Granted,
Yeah,
it's a
I'll say,
glorified commercial break. Fucking
yeah. Well, I think that match is going to be our commercial free. That match, no commercials.
yeah, bullshit.
I don't know.
Fucking.
But-
Well, it's not going to have commercials, we're just going to have 30 Slim Jim tables to make
Yeah.
up for it.
Speaking of
Speaking
Slim
of
Jim
Punk,
tables, there was
yeah.
none in Saudi Arabia. Why was that?
I don't think Saudi
I think
allows
it's done with
anything.
sponsorships. Yeah, they had the Riyadh
Yeah.
season on the map.
Because
on the
I think
ring
that
map.
that
Yeah.
pay-per-view is solely sponsored by Riyadh.
Yeah, by
'cause it's in
Riyadh
Riyadh.
season.
Because
Yeah,
they paid
yeah.
them to come there.
They
Yeah,
paid them,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that makes sense.
But yeah, I thought Cena and Punk over delivered. I thought it was fun. You know, so Punk kicked out of 3 attitude adjustments. I think, you know, it was old school. It brought me back to, like B said, you know, that Money in the Bank match. Now the Seth Rollins cash in it, like I knew Cena was gonna win, right? I was kind of hoping Punk won, or some shenanigans to make it Cena and Punk again at SummerSlam, because I'm selfish, because we're all going to SummerSlam.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
I
was
was
praying
hoping
for
maybe
a triple threat.
maybe a triple threat, because Cody, Punk, and Cena. But it seems like Triple H said on the press conference today after not champions, he said no more Cena versus Punk. That was one and done. That's it. So okay, we move on. Cody Rhodes is King of the Ring. John Cena retains. I thought it was a good
That
match
bald fraud.
with Punk, and I thought it was a fun match. I do like Henry's idea with Punk and Rollins. I think that would be good. And Cena and Cody, if that's SummerSlam Night 2 main event, you got to give me something to say, I need to see it. I need, justify me paying $500 to $1,000 for a ticket to see that match.
Like
you
I
know,
said, I think the
either-
only
What was
I
you saying,
think the
Henry?
only way they swerve it is if we get the Cody heel turn. Because if it's just a rinse and repeat of Mania, that's just lame. Just lame.
Well, I know Cody said at Fanatics Fest in an interview we're on the tail end of his heel turn. We're on the heel end of him being babyface, heel turns coming. Bring in The Rock. Where's my guy at? The title's in the back there. There's my Brahma
That's
Bull
what I'm saying.
title. Okay,
The
where's
other
he at?
thing, he doesn't have to show up.
Exactly.
He
doesn't have
doesn't.
to show up, but just
He
but
can
doesn't
just
have to
do
show up, but
vignettes.
just yeah, do vignettes and talk to Cody. Be like, you can't beat you lost to him at WrestleMania. You need my help maybe. Do something.
So,
Sort
No,
of
how-
because
how
like
would
he
book
doesn't.
it-
He doesn't have to show up. He can fucking have his music
Yeah.
played. He's the fucking boss.
So
Like,
how I would book is I would have Travis Scott like heavily near SummerSlam since he did screw him at Mania, and he's kind of like chirping in his ear the entire time, and then Cody's like, no, 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 and then you have Travis Scott come to help Cody. Obviously, Cody once again just whoops his ass, but he's about to beat Cena, and then Cena like begs again, and then he actually pulls the trigger. But obviously no ref, and then you can have The Rock come out because you have to have The Rock come out. Vignettes is lame. The Rock has to come out at SummerSlam. If Cody turns heel, The Rock has to be right there.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
You
for
can
the
have his-
for the turn, yeah, have him be there. But leading up to it, he can do fucking
You
vignettes.
can have him whoop Travis, and then you could think Cody's winning. Then The Rock comes down, and then you think he's gonna attack Cody. You got the face off, and then Cody turns around and just punches John Cena in the dick.
So then you would flip it. You would do a double turn. You turn
A double
Cena's
turn, almost
face, then
exactly
turn
what
Cody.
happened at Toronto, but
Okay, but
reverse,
flip
and
it,
Cody does it,
reverse
but
it.
it's in the middle of a
Okay.
match. And then you can
Okay.
have him beat Cena, and that's how we start the Cena good guy arc, because it's bound to happen. He's not retiring. Here.
See, I
don't
was
think
thinking the
he's
same
retiring
thing you were, but like, what if Rock comes in and like throws a chair, like he throws a chair in.
Like the Paul Heyman WrestleMania
Yeah.
41.
here. And
'Cause
my
if-
thing
You
is,
could
so
do
after
that.
that, though, I think they have to do. They said trilogy. I think Cena's last match is going to be Cody.
Because
And I
imagine,
think Cena might win the title back as face in his last match.
because
And then we get
imagine,
the unseen 18.
completely break the record again.
Yeah, either that or it's going to be a non-title match. But I feel like that's lame. If they're going to do
Yeah.
a trilogy and you're going to have heel Cody versus mega babyface Super Cena, you got to have it for the title. And you got to have Cena ride out on the horse with the title. Because honestly, the last Real World Champion has slapped. John
Well-
Cena's heel turn, as much as people's hated it, it's actually been really good.
Yeah, because like, if you're doing Cody Cena again, I need something. I need a turn. I need Cody to, if you do like what I was saying of like the chair thing, I need Cody to wail. Like I need that chair to be falling apart as he is slamming Cena. Like that's what I
was gonna say,
need.
I need a Sabu chair shot.
Like something, because
Like
like
what JBL
Yeah.
did to Eddie, I mean wind it up, just crack.
you fucking.
Yeah, I
Absolutely
don't-
smack him. Make everyone's heart shatter when Cody turns heel.
No, literally,
It's
like you need to make it a
gotta be like Cena.
heartbreaking turn, and like, cause you were saying that it's gonna be what, a 7? Because who said it? Fightful. They said it's gonna be a 7-match card.
No, I think. Shout out to my boys, Joey and TC over at WrestleVotes. Follow WrestleVotes on Twitter.
WrestleVotes.
WrestleVotes and TC WrestleVotes on Twitter. I've known them for a while now. They're great guys. So I'm subscribed to their Patreon. They do a show called. They do a Q&A show, and then they do WrestleVotes Radio, where they break news before it hits. And I believe Joey from WrestleVotes said, I think it's estimated to be, I think he said 5 to 7 matches. I think he said they want to do 14 matches total, so that would be 7 matches per each night.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
but that's what I mean.
But-
If you're gonna have
yeah.
Cody Cena, and it's 7 matches, what is what's the
So-
rest? And then what's
I
night
think-
2? Because there's
So I
nothing
think-
there's nothing
so I
leading up to
think-
what's going on.
So I think night 2 main event is Cody Cena. Night 1 main event, if Henry's right, you do Punk and Rollins for the title. So I think Rollins is cashing in and winning the title before SummerSlam.
I think he is too, because
Unless-
that's what it seems like it's
unless-
building up to, especially
unless-
on commentary
yeah.
where they said Rollins
Yeah.
screwed him again, and they keep
Yeah.
bringing up how he keeps screwing him. I think the only way to end that feud is a world title match, in my opinion.
Yeah. And if you want to make, because I think Cena's holding that title to his last match. I think Cena loses at his last match. I do.
So do we all as a collective think that Seth is successfully cashing in then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he cashes
I don't-
in. Go ahead, Henry.
I don't think Roman's returning till SummerSlam. Everyone's saying beforehand. I don't think it's beforehand. Because that type
If
of
I-
return, they're gonna want to plaster it. It's gonna be SummerSlam again.
If I'm booking it for Seth Rollins cash in, I know they teased it tonight with with Cena and Punk. I think the story is more Rollins screwing over Punk than coming after Cena. I think I've said it ever since they announced the freaking match for Atlanta. Goldberg. I think Goldberg's being Gunther because he's not like I don't think we're going to have a Goldberg run. I think Goldberg beats Gunther in Atlanta, right? Because it's his hometown. Vince never gave him the retirement match he wanted. Triple H is trying to be, good guy Triple H. He wants to give him, here's your title, Goldberg. You won your title in front of your wife and your son. Seth Rollins' music hits. Braun and Braun security whoop that old ass. Rollins cashes in on Goldberg. Seth Rollins is your world champion. You won a big match for SummerSlam. Seth Rollins, CM Punk for that world title. There's your night one main event. That's how I think it goes.
I think it's just a messy way to do it. Because you had Jay beat Gunther at Mania. Then Jay goes on a little run, more like a, here's the title. And then Gunther wins it back. And in a dominating fashion. And then we're going to have Goldberg beat him.
Yeah.
So then, because he's old, Seth Rollins is going to cash in. So how does that make Seth Rollins look as a champion, though?
But you want Seth Rollins to look like a little bitch champion, though. That he always has when he's been Money in the Bank. He has Paul Heyman, he has Bronson Reed, and he has Braun Breaker. Okay, it's not the same Seth. This is the Seth Rollins from when he had J&J Security and he had Kane and he had Triple H and Stephanie on his side. He's sleazy Seth Rollins. Now, Gunther could just dog watch Goldberg, but I think if you're doing it in Atlanta, you're going to have the Goldberg win it. I don't think Goldberg's holding it to SummerSlam. I don't. I think because they said it's his last match, his only match. I think you can have him win it, or you have Gunther beat Goldberg. But I still think it would make you get more heat if Rollins catches it on Goldberg than Rollins catching on Gunther. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Jey Uso thing, I agree with you. In my opinion, I love Jey Uso. In my opinion, I think that was to please the fans because he's selling all his shirts, he's selling his foam hands, he's got the kids G in, everyone's G in. I think that was just a one and done to say, okay, look, Jay, here's your world title, but you're just holding it for Gunther, and it's WWE. We know how they go. They change their mind. They change their mind more times than I change my mind. It's crazy.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? And go ahead, Henry.
I was about to say, I'm thinking like Survivor Series wise. I feel like Seth Rollins is gonna cash in like way before then, and then he has to win it before SummerSlam because he has to have the title at SummerSlam. I don't see why he wouldn't, because I don't know who you're gonna have Gunther face at SummerSlam realistically. They haven't built anyone unless Ilya comes back, but unless they get Dragon off.
Yeah, you could, but I have a feeling Goldberg's winning that title because you got to realize it's the same weekend as AEW's All In, right? I think AEW All In is like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. that Saturday, and then Saturday night you have Saturday night's main event. So WWE, they always wanna. We're in a competition, right?
I mean,
even though, well, it's competition for as wrestling, right? It's not real.
As far as wrestling.
Okay, well, as far as a wrestling program, because AEW is still a wrestling program. I know you're not a fan of AEW.
I guess. I mean, it's more like a fucking shit show, I guess.
It's still competition, though, right?
Sorry for any AEW fans. That product sucks.
Look, listen, I watch everything because I love wrestling, but I just know how WWE works. They want everyone talking about WWE Sunday morning, not AEW. They don't want to talk about Mercedes Moné defeating Tony Storm for the title. They want to talk about Goldberg winning the world title from the dominant Gunther and Seth Rollins breaking everyone's heart in Atlanta because he just beat up the old man and took the world title. So
listen,
I think Goldberg wins.
I think Gunther just dog walk his ass.
I say Heist in a Century 2.0. He just cashes in, makes it a triple threat Goldberg's about to win, and then he just stomps him, and that way Goldberg can eat the pin. Gunther doesn't have to eat the pin, and then Seth can still walk away and smash everyone.
But like, why can't Goldberg just get walked on because he's like fucking 65, and then you have the fucking goons of Braun and Braun beat the shit out of Gunther. And then
Because,
Seth
like,
cashes in, easy little hook in the leg, done. That's over.
because it's too. Well, I don't know, just in my opinion, because it's two heels, and I think you want that feel-good moment for Goldberg. If it wasn't Atlanta, I'd say Gunther dog washes him, but the way that promo was in the ring, Gunther looked a little scared. Gunther was like backing up. What's Gunther scared of Goldberg? Why are you acting scared for?
I mean, he was
So
laughing, though.
In my eyes, I think WWE is going to say, we got Goldberg, his last match, give him the title for 2 seconds, and we'll go from there. But we'll see what happens when we get to SummerSlam. Let's get back into the Night Champions recap. We had a street fight with my girl representing the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez. She took on Mommy Rhea Ripley. Beast, you're a mommy guy. You like Rhea. Rhea defeated Raquel, and Roxanne got a little beat up. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Roxanne needs medical attention right now. Make sure she's okay.
She
looking.
looked really good.
I'm pointing at
They
your.
both looked really good.
I'm pointing at your guy, by the way. He better check on Roxanne. All I'm saying is Roxanne better be okay for Monday Night Raw.
She's good.
That match surprisingly was better than I expected. To be completely truthful, I thought that match was gonna be bad.
Slim Jim table.
Yes,
No Slim Jim table.
that was a nice sight to see. Few awkward
I
bumps.
didn't watch a single second of that match because I was at work.
Yeah, it was Henry missed some of the matches.
Yeah, Henry was talking about like slug shots and shit while he was at work and we were watching a women's match.
Just to clarify, Henry works in sporting goods department, so it's nothing violent.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there was a lot of awkward bumps. I got scared when Rhea's head hit the back by the
timekeepers.
The timekeeper. Yeah, that was kind of scary.
I've never seen somebody use that part of the announce table as like a thing.
That was a weird setup. When Rhea took the topping, like the cover off the announcer's table and made like a makeshift table there. It was either Rhea or Raquel. They put it by like the timekeeper and the
so they did
other
what
announce
Kevin
table.
Owens did in NXT when he did the cannonball thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Rhea and Raquel powerbombs Rhea. But I think what happened was the cover wasn't back far enough, and Rhea, her head slammed on the back of the floor.
She was high on her shoulder blades for that one.
Yeah.
No, I was surprisingly good.
I thought it was a good match. I said Roxanne was going to come in and help Raquel, and I thought Raquel was going to win. Roxanne came in, she helped Raquel.
She better be okay.
I got to watch
in the end, Rhea puts the trash can lid over Raquel's head, kicks her in the head while the trash can's on her head, takes Roxanne out of the equation, and then they set up. I think Raquel sets up an actual table on the top rope, and Rhea hits a riptide on Raquel off the top of the table. Rhea landed kind of awkward. I was a little scared there, the way her knee came down, but she tucked it, and Rhea defeated Raquel in the street fight. My opinion, I think this was supposed to be Liv Morgan's spot. Liv Morgan is unfortunately going to be out for, 6 months due to the dislocated shoulder. She had the surgery. She's in rehab, so speedy recovery to Liv Morgan.
I thought they were reporting it was supposed to be Liv versus Io at Saudi. I thought that's what everyone was saying on Twitter,
I think that was supposed to be Evolution, or I think that was Saturday Night's Evolution. I don't know. I know they did say Liv getting hurt, they had to scrap everything they had.
Yeah,
they had
so I think her spot was
everything.
against Io.
It might have been.
I think that was just kind of a throne match. But I will say, they did make Raquel and Roxanne absolutely look weak as all hell by Rhea just dismantling them. And then they're gonna have them defend against the Bella Twins.
That's not. I don't know if that's 100% confirmed now because of what happened with Liv. I thought Raquel had a good showing. I thought she did. Beginning of the match, Raquel was whooping that butt, man. And then Rhea takes off the fucking her belt and whips the dog piss out of my face. I said, what we doing here? Calm down. I mean, she was whipping her. I was like,
she beat the and it had the it had like what, those metal fucking things that she has on it.
Little studs
Yeah.
in it? Yeah.
I didn't see any of that. I've seen the clips on Twitter, but when that was going on, I'm talking to a guy about a hunting license, and I just hear them screaming about how they're whipping them, and then I just hear Beast go, "Well, that's kind of hot," and I was like, "What the heck is going on in my ear?" I pull it out, and I pull out my phone to look at it. Everything's over, and they're in like I don't even know what they're doing. I'm like, what is going on?
No, like they're lucky they were in Saudi Arabia because of the whole like bodysuit they have to wear. If that was in the States and that was a spot, I can only imagine the aftermath pictures of Raquel's like skin. Even though actually, doesn't she just still do the bodysuit thing? Doesn't she still do that?
But she has, like,
It's like her back
and it
that's
has,
exposed half the time.
Yeah, and her back's open.
Yeah, but even still, the aftermath of that would fucking hurt.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
no.
probably still
On just
like
like
the
bare
bodysuit.
skin. Yeah, no, 100% it still is. But with just bare skin, I bet it's like would be 1,000 times worse.
I thought it was good. I thought it was a good match. I got a question for both you guys. Rhea defeats Raquel, right?
Mhm.
Do we see what would you, if you're booking it? What do you book next for Rhea with Liv out now? Io Sky, your women's world champion. Do we see? We have all women's pay-per-view coming up next month. We have Saturday Night's main event coming up. Do you see Rhea going after Io, trying to get that world title back? Does she like? We'll get to that in the next couple matches. We'll get to the Queen of the Ring. But what would you guys book for Rhea next, Beast?
She needs a build up. She needs a build up to the world title because you can't just. Because my thing with Rhea that's bothering me lately is that she's just kind of thrown right to the world title picture, and it's the same with like the men's division. Everybody that is established as a main eventer is strictly that and nothing less, and they get thrown without any like build up to them getting a championship. There's also nobody else in the women's division that is being built to then compete for that. So Rhea just being thrown into the deep end, so to speak, just be given world title opportunities, I just can't stand. I'd rather her like kind of not like really struggle to get there,
But like reestablish,
but like at least fight to get back to that top spot, because you have Stephanie on the roster now, who could easily be in the main event. You have
Roxanne.
You have people on the SmackDown side in terms of the women's division. Julia, who's U.S. champion. You have all those new NXT people that can be put into that position that need to be, because you can't just have them be mid-carders because they don't care about the mid-card women's title. That's obvious because it's on Becky Lynch. But we'll discuss that maybe in another episode. But regardless, there's nobody that's established that other than what's main event women. Rhea, Io, Bianca, who's hurt.
Yep.
Tiffy.
Yep.
Tiffy.
Jade now.
Charlotte.
And, I mean, I guess, but like Jade hasn't done anything. Charlotte sucks. Charlotte sucks.
Naomi as well.
Shit. Yeah. Well, Naomi's got the briefcase.
Nia Jax.
Love me some Nia Jax.
No, like there's nobody, and because me personally, what I struggle with is somebody needs to be believable to me that they're a champion.
So who would you book? Okay, you're booking Rhea's. We need matches for Evolution, right? All women's pay-per-view. If you're booking Rhea's match for Evolution, do you want her to face like a Trish Stratus? Do you want her to face?
Just have her face the newcomers. Have her face fucking Stephanie.
Stephanie. Okay.
I don't think that's the direction they're gonna go.
So Henry,
I don't think so either. But it would 1A show that Rhea can. Granted, I'm not saying that Rhea can't, but I'm saying in terms of how long she's been on the main roster compared to Stephanie, right? You can establish that Rhea can still hang with the younger talent that are coming up, and then you can also establish that Stephanie belongs where Rhea belongs, and you can boost her up into, you can even start with the mid-card shit. You can have her be mid-card Intercontinental Champion and then drop it and then go up to main event. But you need to establish people in order for the roster, for people like, for example, and it's the same with Royal Rumble. Because if there's people that are entering the Royal Rumble, there's, back in the day, Ruthless Aggression, you knew who was a mid-carder, and you knew who was definitely winning the Rumble. But there was like 20 people that could easily win the Rumble out of the 30.
Yeah.
As opposed to now, it's like, oh, well, that person's mainly, gonna win. Like, Sammy for 2026, we all think the same thing. Sammy's winning Rumble.
I think Sammy.
Well, I don't.
I think Sammy.
You don't?
I know you guys, no,
we
I know
do.
you guys think. I know you guys think. I know you and Henry think. If I'm booking the men's Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
no. I think if you're doing it, and if we're building towards the WrestleMania, in Las Vegas again, WrestleMania 42,
Right.
I would say CM Punk.
See,
'Cause
it's just
if
they've done the
Cody-
storyline of Punk having to win the Rumble 2 years in a row. I don't see him doing that
But he needs
angle.
to, he
third
needs
year
to
in a row
win though.
winning
He's
it.
got to win.
I mean,
He's got to win
I'll
it.
pop. Obviously, you know me. I'm just gonna lose my shit if he wins. But I
Yeah.
think Sammy's the safe bet. I think Sammy's gonna win it. But I do think it's Punk Cody next year, Mania night too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that.
No, but like,
Well, we'll
like,
get
that's
to when
my
we get
thing.
there.
but that's my
Yeah,
thing.
we're
Like,
jumping,
nobody's.
months
Yeah.
ahead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's
Skipping
my
a
thing.
year.
Yeah.
Well, that's the part of the banter, you know.
Yeah.
well,
But,
yeah, fair, yeah.
But that's my thing with the
That's your thing with
division. It's just
Yeah.
it's the whole division in general. There's
Yeah.
certain people that just aren't established to be put in a position where it's believable to me that, oh, they've been on TV for 5 minutes and they're in a world title picture. Rhea's
Yeah.
on every week,
Yeah.
but like, I'm not getting a story to make me like root for her to be
Yeah.
champion, as
'Cause she's
opposed to
been
the
there,
other
done
thing.
that, yeah.
Granted, Io Sky hasn't defended her title
She hasn't even
since Mania.
Yeah.
So like, and then that's the other problem is your champions aren't getting time to make stories. So it's just kind of, it's like two-sided. It's like you have nobody really for that position, then you have the champion who's just not there. So
They
it
gotta
just makes it
revamp,
difficult.
Revamp
Yeah.
both the women's divisions because
Yeah.
they both kind of stink right now.
The draft's what, after SummerSlam?
After SummerSlam.
There's no confirmed date.
That's what's
the
rumored,
Rumor
though.
was,
The
yeah, that's
rumor,
what's rumored.
the rumor. Last I heard, the rumor September for the draft.
Yeah, so
Okay.
after SummerSlam. Probably
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
before
Probably,
everything.
probably like right after Clash in Paris.
So before
Um,
Crown Jewel, then yeah, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
So Henry, we heard Beast's
It's my
take
turn.
on. Yeah, we heard Beast's take on Rhea. What
Alright.
you like I said? You don't see how you don't see.
I hope my
Rhea
wife
booked
doesn't
like
kill
that.
me.
How would you book Rhea's next journey?
Strap
Is she
in
going?
for the ride here because I don't think Rhea Ripley should be anywhere near a world title picture till Mania, even maybe after Mania, because all she does is feud for the world title. So, how they just booked that match for me is this how I see it, guys, right? They don't know if they're getting Brie Bella for Evolution. I don't think she's done with Raquel after a pretty good showing. And now that they're going to put Roxanne with Raquel, she's not done with them. I think Rhea Ripley and Nikki Bella are winning the women's tag team titles. I genuinely think so. And then I think that's pretty much the direction. And then they have to build up, as B said, build Rhea, because all she does is fight for the world title. But I think after that, they're showing that there's still more to that story. And obviously, Nikki Bella was supposed to fight Liv, so I think they're gonna slide them together, which kind of sucks because I think that's a weird tag team. Honestly, they're not gonna do it. But if they're gonna do that tag team match, I'd rather them call up Tatum Paxley and give me Tatum Paxley and Rhea versus them, because that would be a cool pairing and that would be better than her and Nikki, which is
That's kind of off the
together.
ball. That's kind of off the wall.
off the
That's
ball.
off the
And I-
wall. That's off the wall.
But that's how I view it, though, is that they're gonna build this story more, and there's gonna be another match to it. So I don't see why Evolution wouldn't be Roxanne and Raquel versus Rhea, and I'm guessing Nikki Bella as her tag team partner, but who knows? But I would love Tatum Paxley because that would just be cool. So I just think that's what they're gonna do, and then you're gonna have Rhea win a mid-card title, probably dominate the women's tag team division till whenever, drop it. But I don't think she should go back to the world title picture anytime soon, because WrestleMania 39, 40, and 42, she had all women's title matches,
Yeah.
like all world title
Yeah.
matches.
But
And
like
all
that's
her
that's
feuds
my
have been-
point. That's
the
my
last 3
point.
years, all her feuds have been world title matches. So like obviously I think she got knocked down a rank, but I think her evolution path I think it's gonna be her and somebody versus Raquel and Roxanne for the tag titles. That's
Yeah,
how
'cause-
I view the booking from tonight.
Yeah, because that's my point. Because like, I'm
Especially
not
since
saying.
she wiped out both of them pretty easily.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
not
I'm like.
Raquel easily, but like Roxanne pretty easily, and
Yeah.
she came to help her. That's how I see it at least.
Yeah, no, because like if I don't know. Maybe it's just me how I am with wrestling. Like I don't understand why she's just thrown to the wolves of world champion picture without any like validation
So I
as
think
to
she's
like
at,
why.
that Cody point. She's just so over and such a top dog. It's so hard to pull her from the world title picture when all she does is get eyes on the product, and she's like a must-see attraction for it. So they just don't want to pull her down and have her do something outside of the world title, which is, to me, that's stupid. Because I remember, like, John Cena had a feud with R-Truth. He had a feud with Ryback. Like back in like early 2000s, like random like main eventers would lose the world title and then go have a rivalry with someone random, like
Yeah.
off the wall. Like
Yeah.
CM Punk had a feud with Jeff Hardy and stuff, and I get that was for the world title, but it's like stuff like that. It's like it builds other people, and it's just people off the wall that gets them over.
But it's like it's also I like the story of the chase. Like the chasing of the title.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants that top spot. If there's no reason for you to get into wrestling if you're not going for that. But the chase of it is what I'm interested in. Watching
That's why it's like, I
somebody
think they need to
be that
revamp
main
Rhea's whole
eventer.
character.
Yeah.
I just think her whole character is just going after the world title right now.
Because that's what Sammy's doing right now. He's chasing for
Yeah.
that world title.
And he's making me believe that guy cuts an insane promo. That's why I think he deserves to win Rumble. He's full 100% making me believe he's gonna win the world champion.
No, but that's what I mean. That to me, watching somebody chase it, and even though it's like slow and it's not like immediate and right away, the chase of it gets me interested in that person. I'm interested where Sammy's going. I'm interested where people are going. Cody Rhodes, I know he's a main eventer. You don't need to make me believe he's going to be a world champion. I know he's going to be. I
That's
want
why
to
I like
see
the
somebody
Brock feud.
else. Yeah.
So I liked his Brock feud. It really like made it like,
Yeah.
oh, he's not just a title chaser.
That certified him though.
Yeah.
Beating Brock,
Yeah,
that
it did.
certified him.
Yeah.
Or as some people call Brock Lesnar, redacted name, but not here.
Redacted.
Era
That's fine.
4-4.
Not here.
Yeah,
we-
but not here.
Yeah, you're not here. We took all like it is. If I'm booking Rhea, I'd put her on SmackDown after the draft.
That?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought on SmackDown because I think
Get her away
Rhea-
from the Judgment Day too.
No, yeah, get away from the Judgment Day, right? And I think a Rhea Ripley versus a Jade Cargill would be a good WrestleMania match. I think that'd be a good match. A lot of people I know they've been wanting that match, and you gotta mix it up. It's just like Finn with the Judgment Day stuff, right?
They need to disband that.
My man should be in prominent matches. Yes, he's on TV every week, but he should be in prominent matches, bro. This guy's been there 10+ years. Why are we?
On
Is
this
he gonna
topic, we
take
gotta
the-
be careful about the P word.
Why you gotta do that?
Well, you said
Anyway,
problem.
all right, we're getting away from that because I'm gonna get a little upset. We're gonna get away from that. But
Sorry,
anyway,
we
I'm
love
gonna
you,
read-
Finn, but
Yeah.
the objective of the match is not to look up at the lights.
Oh, you shut your damn pie hole.
The
you
internet's done you
Bostonian.
dirty, Finn. We love you
Yeah.
though,
No.
especially Justin.
Yeah.
We do.
He
I
sleeps
love,
with
yeah,
you right
I love
next
Finn.
to him.
I love Finn Balor, but anyway, put Rhea Ripley on SmackDown versus Jade Cargill. Let's get to the next match. I thought this match was gonna be, Karrion Kross.
Oh, this was the highlight of my
Karrion
night.
Kross versus Sami Zayn. Karrion Kross hasn't had a singles pay-per-view PLE match since WrestleMania 40.
Because it
Alright.
sucks.
No, he does not suck. He sucks, buddy. He does not
pretty
suck.
good.
Okay? He's the top merch. He has a top-selling shirt. Okay. Watch that Becoming Killer Cross.
So does Mr.
Karrion
Iguana.
Kross documentary. Yeah. Well, he has a puppet for a hand. Who cares?
But let me get on my
Watch him
Karrion
get-
Kross rant.
What?
We're
Okay,
going to
hold on.
talk about
Before you go on your rant. Before you go on your rant. Okay. Before you go on your rant.
He's been dying for this all night.
Oh, I've been rubbing
Alright,
my hands.
Alright, before you go on your rant, okay, Sami Zayn defeats Karrion Kross, but my thing is, Karrion Kross should not be wrestling dark matches. He should be in a prominent spot
Should
on
be in
TV.
catering, you're right.
Okay, no, he should not be on catering. No. Me and Beast love Karrion Kross. I'm gonna let you on your rant. It pisses me off that the whole match, Sami's getting his ass whooped. Sami Zayn
Typical
was in the
babyface
King of the
pulls it
Ring
off.
qualifier match. Sami Zayn has main evented WrestleMania as tag team champions. Sami Zayn was a part of the best storyline in modern day pro wrestling in the Bloodline, Sami Uso. Why the hell did Sami Zayn have to win this match? Karrion Kross should have won this match.
It's
If you look at all those
exercises
videos
demons.
of Karrion Kross and Scarlett with the fans in Saudi Arabia, they love Karrion Kross. He got a great pop. My opinion, I think Karrion Kross should have won. Go on your rant, Henry.
All right, let me talk about this. You brought up his stupid documentary, the only thing that got him over. 1, not a wrestling promo. 2, not a wrestling match. 3, not his character, because his character's a stupid sports gambler where he just makes stupid predictions. You're not going to be world champion. Oh, you're not going to beat Logan Paul, AJ. His character's not intriguing. His promos suck. His matches are awful. We're going to forget that everyone thought AJ Styles was washed because this guy can't take a back bump. That match with Sammy was decent, I give him that. But the guy has done nothing in a wrestling ring with this character on TV that makes me sold on him. People are with him over a stupid fucking documentary. This guy's merch is only because of a documentary. This guy's done nothing. Not a damn thing on TV and a damn wrestling ring. And like 5 years, that gets me behind him. The guy barely takes back bumps on his dark matches. You guys can say it's just a dark match. Why should he? But it makes him look like crap. If you're only getting limited TV time, why are you purposely looking like crap and then begging for a push? You fucking suck, right? Put some fucking work in. Make your character interesting and not just a sports gambler who's making fucking early predictions on the fucking Super Bowl, aka WrestleMania, saying he's not gonna win a world title. And go fucking do something. Be cool. Like, he's doing nothing. I'm sorry. And that entrance fucking sucked, by the way. That was not as cool as the NXT days and his early Raw days. That entrance sucked. Karrion Kross might be over with the fans, but he hasn't done dick to get me over. At least Jey Uso, he has a cool entrance. That's all I can give him, though. He has a cool entrance. He does something inventive that gets him over, that's in a wrestling ring and not on a fucking third-party broadcast.
Okay, I have a question. Well, I have a statement. The reason they didn't do the cool entrance tonight
That clear my
is
ears.
because it was Saudi Arabia, right? And they can't sexualize women over there because if you remember his entrance, Scarlett is basically laying on the ground, looking up at him as he's standing over her. So maybe Saudi was like, we can't do the sexy entrance. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
But
saying.
they could have done something cooler.
They could,
Like,
yes,
Karrion-
they could have.
His
but it's
entrance
not
in
up to
person
him.
sucks, too. It's only
not
good
to
on
him.
TV because they
It's
make
not
it
up
black
to
and white
him.
like the Vaughn villains.
It's not up to him. It's up to the higher powers. Henry
This
did his
guy,
rant.
this guy sucks.
Okay, you did your rant. You did your rant. You did your rant. Beast, your turn. What did you think about Sami Zayn beating Karrion Kross?
Honestly, I can't even like find a redeeming quality of that match. I'm not gonna lie. Like
It was okay at best.
it served its purpose.
It's a typical Karrion Kross match where it kind of sucks, but it also has like some good bright spots. But you know that's not a typical Karrion Kross match because usually the whole thing fucking sucks.
It served its purpose, but like I'm in agreement. But at the same time, to my previous statement of Sammy chasing for the world title, it's the only reason Karrion Kross lost. It's because he's chasing for that title. So they want somebody that's chasing for a title to lose to somebody who's not even on fucking TV. But Karrion Kross, like, I'm gonna defend Karrion because I feel like he actually could deliver, just isn't being given that opportunity.
I'll
But
fall for the Twitter propaganda.
But honestly, the thing with WWE, somebody getting over, well, it's whether it's in a match, promo, or a stupid interview, or a dumbass documentary, he's gotten over organically. For whatever reason,
Yeah.
everybody
Okay,
wants him
it's
on
okay.
TV. He's
It's okay.
organically over.
Yeah.
He's selling merch. Jey Uso sells merch. He got over. He
Yeah.
got a rocket strapped to his fucking ass.
Yeah.
But Karrion
He's
Kross.
just giving he's just not giving anything to the product. Like, I'm not trying to be like a dick here. I'm coming off as a dick. But like Jey Uso, his entrance, it gives
But
like
you can't
gives
compare.
But here's my thing. It gives something to it. He's feeding something into
but
everything.
you
It's
can't.
not just he's over. Karrion Kross has done nothing on TV, even in the few seconds he gets, where he's drawing me in. It's just he's over just because he's over. It's not because he's not feeding into him being over. He's just there. And then
Yeah.
people cheer him. It's like how people cheered Omos in fucking where was it? Puerto Rico. Like he's done nothing to feed into him being over other than that interview, and that's all his hype is fed off of. He does nothing in his limited TV time to feed into it to just strap him.
Well, I hope Karrion Kross gets something strapped to him, cause
yeah, I hope he just. I hope, like, cause if anything, at the worst case scenario, just give him the opportunity to see what happens, and if it fails, it fails. That's it. But the only way you're gonna know if you can even do anything and make money with this guy is if you even give him a chance to do something. And I get, yes, he's in dark matches, he doesn't want to take back bumps. Personally, I wouldn't take a back bump in a fucking dark match when I feel very highly of myself that I should be on the show having a match.
Well, Karrion Kross did debunk that. He turned that down. He shot that down in an interview in Saudi Arabia, I think yesterday or the day before. He said that's bullshit. But I digress. Let's go on to the next match I want to talk about. The Queen of the Ring Finals.
Oh, God.
It was the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, versus the Storm herself. She looked like Storm. I thought she looked great.
That was pretty cool gear.
The white eyes, the white hair, the white
That was
outfit.
cool, I give her that.
Jade Cargill wins Queen of the Ring. I know how you feel about this beast. Your response? Jade Cargill, Queen of the Ring?
Oh my God. I'll put it very short and sweet, and Henry can go on his tirade of this match. I'm gonna look directly in the camera of this. Oh my God, Jade Cargill won. What a shocker. The match did exactly what I thought it did. Boring. Moving on.
Henry, you're
so boring.
Jade Cargill, Queen of the Ring?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I have one more thing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Also, I don't understand why you portrayed Asuka as his big return just to have her be squashed by Jade Cargill. But moving on.
Alright,
Henry?
Here's my thing, right? I was begging that they put Jade Cargill in the main event scene because her in a tag team was fucking stupid for like a year and a half. I get getting her feet green, but for over, what, a year and a half, 2 years she was in a tag team? That was fucking stupid. Now that you have her in the main event, it's like, it was so obvious she was going to win, and you already did the obvious, easy decision with Cody. I think Asuka was the cooler decision for her versus Io because they haven't done that in the main roster yet. And you could actually make something in Io's title reign right now. I thought that was a really big missed opportunity. But my biggest problem with Jade winning is that they already have her thing with Naomi, and they're just clashing the whole time. And you're already doing that with Seth and his Money in the Bank, clashing with CM Punk and the world title all the time. You could have just had Naomi lurk in the background and wait for whoever versus Tiffy, and she could deal with Jade later on and whatever else. But now you're going to have this thing where it's kind of obvious she's going to cash in at the end of Jade Cargill winning the title, which I think is what they're going to do with Seth anyway, and I just find it very plain. I'm just not excited for it, because it's like, we're going to be more focused on Jade Cargill versus Naomi than we are Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. I just think it takes away from the bigger moment, because you already have her in a heated feud that you didn't end.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think it was obvious. I said it in my predictions. It was obvious. Jade Cargill was winning. This ends with Jade versus Naomi in some capacity. Now, I don't know if you want to overload Saturday night's main event weekend, but, you know, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, I think, is Jade Cargill from Atlanta as well? I'm going to Google this real quick. I think
I don't know, actually.
From Atlanta. So,
Plus, I usually know useless information.
Let's
this
see.
Is not
So
one I know offhand.
It's true.
So, okay,
Really
so
good with
she's
bad
not,
information.
okay, she's not
If we had our
from
boy
Atlanta,
Jacob,
okay.
he would know
Yeah,
exactly
okay.
like
She's
her
not from
height,
Atlanta.
weight.
Okay, she's from Florida. Okay, so scrap what I was gonna say. I was gonna say maybe you overload Saturday night's main event, but I think SummerSlam, The writing's on the wall. Jade Cargill beats Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany time's over. Tiffany Stratton's been great as women's champion. I think Jade beats Tiffany Stratton. Naomi cashes in. I don't know if Naomi's gonna win.
I
The
think
women
differently.
sometimes the women don't win with the cash-ins.
Well, women are 100% in Money in the Bank cash-ins, and they've brought that up a few times, which
They're
makes me
100%.
think Naomi.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes me think Naomi might actually lose her cash-in. That's the only reason I think she'll lose her.
But
See,
cash-in,
like-
is
I think
because
the
they
fan-
mentioned that.
No, because you're saying
Piece?
you're saying Naomi is gonna cash in on what, Jade?
Yeah.
I think Naomi catches in on Jade.
No,
You think Naomi catches in on Tiffy?
I think she fails cashing in on Tiffy because I feel like
She fails
Tiffy.
it.
I feel like Tiffy can
Oh.
get a sneaky win, and Naomi can come out, and Jade would be already pissed off that she just lost to Tiffany Stratton, but she hates Naomi,
okay.
so she doesn't
See,
want Naomi to get
The
it.
Baron Corbin, John
Got it.
Cena type.
Got
So
it.
then
Okay.
their feud is now not only you took me out of action, but then Naomi has a new reason. Well, you just fucked me out of the title. So now you can kind of swerve that way, and Tiffany can stay champion because I personally
Double
think
dud?
that Tiffany should stay champion. She looks good with the championship. She looks like a champion. She puts on great matches, and if you're just gonna
She's hot as hell.
there's
she
that.
is, but I mean that has nothing to do with it.
There's
though,
that,
because
but-
Naomi has this hill Naomi. I feel like she has to
I
win
also
cash
think
in.
they
I
haven't
feel
done
like she has
anything
to
with
win.
Tiffy's title reign. All she's done is feud with Nia Jax. She hasn't, and she feuded with Nia, Charlotte, Nia. They have done nothing with her title reign, and it's like there's so much they could do with it, and she's just such a like complex talent where they could put her with anyone, and she'll go out there and have a good match. So
Yeah.
it's like they've done bare minimum with their title run. So
Well,
I think ending it with Jade's a little lackluster. So I like the double dud idea, almost like what happened with Baron Corbin and John Cena, where Cena lost, but he still screwed Corbin, so Corbin didn't win it.
Because I can
I
see
like that
Tiffy.
idea.
Because I can see Tiffy, like, winning the match and having a whole different feud with somebody else, especially if, like we were saying with the rumor of after SummerSlam is the draft, then you still have Tiffany as champion, you have a shakeup, say she moves to Raw, and whoever the world champion is for the women on Raw moves to SmackDown, obviously,
Yeah.
but you would have a whole new roster and people for Tiffany to actually drop it to. But she
Yeah.
would have this long title reign. She makes the title feel important because she's held it for so long and nobody's beaten her, and that her track record's like Henry said, Nia, she beat Nia, Charlotte, who
Yeah.
has a legacy of her own, but that doesn't matter to me.
We know.
But and then
We're
but
saving that for a different date. 'cause
Yeah,
that's gonna
and
be a
then-
4-hour episode.
and then then this Jade that even though she sneakily won with, let's say, like a roll up or something, but she beat her regardless. A win's a win. And then you can then have Jade and Naomi do their thing because that's not over. You have them talking about, oh, women are 100% of Money in the Bank. Well, not anymore. And then you have going into next Money in the Bank, which is again like a year out, but you then have that next Money in the Bank. It's like, well, now it's not as guaranteed you're going to be a world champion, but you have this percentage over this.
Yeah, I just like I said, I love Tiffany Stratton. I just feel SummerSlam Jade's winning, and I think Naomi cashes in on Jade and successfully
Tiffy
cashes
time.
in. I think Tiffy.
Tiffy's my
I
girl.
think Tiffany's going to get her moment at Evolution. I think Tiffany's going to beat Trish Stratus to retain her title at Evolution. Because if
That's
I'm
fair.
booking Evolution, and if we're taking the title off Tiffany at SummerSlam, give her a win over a big star. Trish Stratus is a big star, and Tiffany can beat Trish Stratus at Evolution, and then she loses the title. Have the draft, put her on Raw, man. Mix it up, like you said. Beast. I like that
I
idea.
do think they need to revamp the women's divisions on both
They
sides.
do. That's
Just
why
not-
I hope.
I like
Y-
Beast's idea. Obviously, Tiffany Stratton's my favorite women's wrestler. I love Tiffy. Ever since like NXT with the moonsault and everything, always been a fan. I just think they kind of done her dirty on the title run. It's the same what they're doing with
But
Io.
they do
it's
that-
like they give him the title and then they don't do anything with them. It's like
Yeah.
it's the same with Shinsuke, what they did
Yeah.
with him with the U.S. title, and what they're kind
Yeah.
of doing right now with.
It's all over.
I mean,
There's no
I don't even know who
consistency.
the IC
Yeah.
champion is right now.
IC champion's Dom.
Oh, Dom. I forgot he got
Dom.
injured.
That's
But they
crazy.
kinda-
You didn't, I thought you were talking about the women. I was like,
Women's
No.
is
Well-
women's is Becky. Dom is men's. Yep.
It's kind of like they throw titles on people and then kind of push them to the side, even though they're the champion, and it's just like.
Well, I've said
And
this
it's like
before.
they do them dirty, and then people don't want to see him as champion again because they say their title run was boring, but they don't do anything with it.
Well,
Yeah.
I've said this before. I'll say it again. They have too many damn titles. I do not care. There's too many titles.
The women's mid-card titles
Too
were
many
unneeded,
titles.
in my opinion. Because
Yeah.
their main event scene already was like scarce, and now it's like it's so split.
Yeah.
It's so hard to have like a strong
Yeah.
division.
the thing is, if you're gonna get rid of titles, you gotta get rid of those women's tag titles. There's no women's tag division.
The
That's
thing
the first
is,
titles
I
that have to
would.
go.
I'm
yeah,
fine
the
with the
thing-
mid-card titles because they're separated. They're
Yeah.
not on the same show. But
yeah, they don't have enough
I
tag
can't
teams.
stand that they have women's tag championships when there's not a fucking division of a women's tag team. That
They
doesn't
don't
make
have enough
sense.
Women on the main roster right now.
In my opinion, you shouldn't have. In my opinion, you shouldn't have two sets of men tag titles. Because the tag division sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Love my boys,
SmackDown
but-
ones, the SmackDown tag.
SmackDown-
division really good. The Raw
SmackDown is
tag
better than
division
Raw.
Sucks.
Well,
That's
what I'm
why
saying.
I don't understand why they put Fraxium on SmackDown when SmackDown was already really
Yeah.
good. When you could have put
Yeah.
him on Raw, where Raw has no tag teams. They have the same
Yeah.
3 teams.
That's why I feel like they should have one set of men's tag titles, defend them on Raw and SmackDown. But that's a story for another day. I want to jump into the last match we need to talk about here, which this match, I saved this match for last because we did get a return and a debut. I'm talking about Jacob Fatu, all gas, no brakes, yada I mean,
I mean,
versus his former, brother in the bloodline. He's taking it all. Solo Sikoa, the new United States champion. We love you, Solo, here at the Bell to Bell Banter podcast.
Love
I do
Solo.
love Solo. You have the best theme.
Yes. We
The
do.
theme
We
is so
jam to
good.
That Solo. We jam to it every time.
We
So
jam
baby.
good.
to
We
it. It's
do,
on my
we
gym
do.
playlist.
So good.
I listen to it at 7 a.m. at work. So
Fire
we'll
song.
start with Henry. Jacob Fatu, he loses to Solo Sikoa with help from not only JC Mateo, but we got a return of Tongaloa. Did I say that right? Tongaloa.
Yes.
And we
Tongaloa,
have
yeah.
the debut that everyone's been talking
GOAT.
about. This guy's like 7 feet tall. He's a giant.
Tala.
Hikuleo, now
Taller
will be
Tonga.
known as Tala Tonga. Henry, what do you
The
think about
tallest
this?
Tonga.
Yeah, what do you think about the tallest Tonga, Tongaloa back?
I'm gonna get this
Jacob
out of the way
Fatu
because I've
losing.
been making the joke since they debuted. Can we please get the Tonga line at SummerSlam? Tama Tama Tonga, Tama Tama Tonga. I need it. I need the Tonga line, baby.
Hell yeah.
I thought it was actually a pretty. That match I saw bits and pieces of. That was actually a pretty solid match. I thought it was gonna be a lot boring than it was. I thought it was pretty solid. I just thought it was kind of a rush because this is like your big feud you've been building at. I thought it was like a rush to throw the title on Solo. I thought it was gonna end in a no DQ, but it was pretty cool when Tongaloa came out. That was pretty sick.
And he
And
didn't
then
botch.
Jake,
And he didn't botch.
He didn't botch it. He didn't.
It's
botch it.
amazing.
That's why he's the GOAT. He's the real
The
tribal
GOAT.
chief because he only uses his PTO when he tears both his pecs.
Right.
Oh, sorry, it was triceps,
Or he needs
whatever it was.
an eye patch or something.
Yeah, you know, PTO's not as scarce as Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Takes that
He
all
came
up.
back. That was pretty cool. I popped for that. And then Jacob Fatu absolutely wrecked his shit. I was like, God damn. And he was beating the shit out of JC Mateo, or JC Tomato, whatever our friend Jacob calls him. Jeff Corn on the Cob. He was wrecking everybody's shit. I thought it was going to end in no DQ. I was really surprised, though, that we got no Jimmy. We got no Big Jim. That
Yeah.
threw me off. That's where I was like, what are they doing here? And then I thought Jacob was going to win. And then Tala Tonga, the GOAT, Tala the Bala,
Tall.
he came out
He
and
big.
I was surprised the table broke. If we're being honest, that table did not budge at any clip I saw all night, and he fucking just slammed him through it. That was fucking nuts. He absolutely laid waste to him. And then Solo finally got what I thought he deserved. He deserved a payoff. I thought he deserved a mid-card title when he was with Roman and everyone after 39. He finally got his mid-card title. I would sing the rated R theme of his theme song, but I don't want to get
Yeah, we won't do that. We
monetized.
won't get canceled on the first episode. Yeah, we'll
Exactly.
save that for another day. Another date.
I thought it was interesting. It's just to me now, it's like, what are you doing with Jacob? Because like Roman's out of the bloodline story, so he's not gonna help him. Obviously, Jimmy's gonna help him, but you still need 2 others to help Jacob.
Well-
Technically 3, because once Tama comes back, it's gonna be 5 on 2.
Well, we still have. I know. Zilla Fatu tweeted a phone emoji after the match.
Well, that's what I was getting to.
so
I
you-
Oh my god, give me Zilla Fatu, bro.
I think we're getting the match everyone's been wanting for a long time. I think we're getting the Usos versus God when Tama Tonga comes back. Guerrillas of Destruction. I think we're getting that
Yeah.
match because I think Jimmy and Jay are coming back.
Oh
very
my
Yeah.
goodness,
Together.
give me that
and that
fucking
match
man.
is gonna slap. And then you get 3,
Pause.
and then I think Zilla's gonna be 4. I just don't know who 5's gonna be because I think we're gonna get Zilla versus Tala. I think that's gonna be a match.
So what are you
probably gonna
thinking,
happen
War
right after
Games?
Zilla comes back. That's why I'm thinking the
If-
War Games match is gonna
if
be.
they
Because
need,
my only other thought for War Games would be Cody's turning heel, and then he ties into Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins is his shield, and then you get face Cena, Sammy, Penta, someone else versus Seth, and all of them in that match.
And
But I don't
Cody,
know if that's
yeah.
gonna happen, because that all depends on Cody turning heel. I think that
Yeah.
the safer option is to do 3 years of Bloodline War Games.
And if Cena
which-
wants to even do a fucking War Games
well,
match.
if they need
Yeah.
an extra guy, I don't know, if he's ready or not. We bring in Lance. Lance is signed.
Lance, I don't. Yeah, I keep
Yeah,
forgetting
Lance
Lance.
is
He's been signed for a
There's-
minute though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's
There's
sort
a
of
couple
he's still-
pathways you could
yeah.
go
It's
with.
like a
it,
couple
though.
months he's
But
been signed.
My only
Yeah.
complaint about Jacob losing is that he really didn't get a title run. He
He
lost
didn't.
it.
Yeah, he
This is what
didn't.
his second defense, third defense. He
Yeah.
he's built as this man beast. I thought he was gonna go on like a crazy title run until at least Survivor Series or something like that. So him dropping it pretty soon was kind of surprising. It kind of bums me out because I love Jacob Fatu. Like you get in where you fit in, and he's the dog. So
No.
when he lost, I was like, damn. But then again, I was kind of hyped for Solo, so I'm not too
Yeah.
mad at it. I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was.
No, I'm not mad at it
Okay.
either. But to what you were saying, like with Jacob Fatu's little oh god, had a murder right on camera.
Mosquitoes.
But anyway,
Mosquitoes.
no, but like to your point with Jacob Fatu's title run being short, same with fucking Shinsuke. His title run wasn't
Yeah.
very long either.
Shinsuke, that was just a disaster. I don't know how they fucked that up.
I just feel like they don't know how to build like a title push. I don't get it.
Presentation was so cool. His attacks, his promos, everything they did up until the LA Knight match was so cool. He won it, and then they threw him backstage, and he was on TV maybe twice as champion.
Yeah, 'cause we discussed
And
this
then they
Monday
gave him
night.
no matches, and
Yeah.
I was so bummed out because I was excited for this Shinsuke, and they did fuck all with him, and now he's back in catering.
Yeah,
It
'cause
pisses
we
me off. It's like they just gave him a title run just so he would re-sign, which I don't know if he re-signed recently. But that's what I felt like. They just gave him a title run just to do something with him and to make people happy that he's not sitting in catering, and then did fuck all with him. Which brings me
Yeah.
back to me saying they give people titles just to sit him in the back and really do nothing with them.
Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
like we talked about this Monday night, like people's presentations. Here's a character. They're cool, ain't they? Yeah, their entrance.
So-
Yeah, don't you like the entrance? The
That's
fireworks.
pretty cool.
They
huh?
hey, they got a new theme song. They're cool. Well, yeah, I mean that's all fine and dandy, but like, why should I be interested?
Yeah, exactly. Why
So
do I?
be-
invest? Why do
Cause they're
I
cool.
care?
Cause
Yeah.
look at them.
Exact-
Like,
They're awesome. Do you not see
So-
that?
like,
That's
hell's wrong with you? Do you not watch the show? They're awesome.
Exactly.
Like,
They're
it's
cool.
just-
like why? What do you mean invest?
I-
You have to invest in how fucking cool they are. They give us no layers to their characters.
Yeah.
They give
Yeah,
us
no,
no
like I
development.
like Jacob Fatu. I like him. He terrifies me, mainly because
So, Beast,
he's huge.
Do you like that? Do you think Solo should have won?
I mean, I am wearing a Jacob Fatu shirt, but yes, I think Solo definitely should have won. He needed a payoff. He needed something.
Yeah.
Because like him
Yeah.
just kind of walking around like just being a goofy like character in the back is like, or like an unserious character is not what he was. If you look at NXT with the whole what was he, like the
Yeah.
Street Fighter or something he was
Street
called.
Fighter, basically.
Like,
yeah.
you-
Yeah.
I would like Solo to kind of
I'm okay.
still
with
stick with
Solo,
what he's
though.
doing, but like be like stick with like the goofy little antics he does in the
Like,
ring,
serious Solo
but be
sucks.
good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't like when he was trying to be serious. I like the goofy side of him. I just thought it was a little too soon. I think it's a good move. I just thought it was a little too soon.
I feel like with them rushing this fast forward, I think we're going to get a Usos reunion sooner than later. And I think you put the Usos with Jacob Fatu.
Mhm.
And like Henry said, I think this is going to run to War Games.
You think they're gonna wear the bandanas again though, and run like they're gang members since they're with Jacob Fatu?
Probably because the man goes everywhere with a fucking shiesty on, so yeah.
They used to wear bandanas over their face, you know,
Yeah,
with the shiesty.
so,
We might
yeah.
get the Hood Usos back, and I
What,
love
what
that
was
version of the
what
Usos.
was
As
what
long
was
as we
their
get the Fiend
rhyme?
back, though.
What was their rhyme that they said?
Well,
Oh.
welcome to
They
the Usos
no
again.
no
Yeah,
they
they-
went no when they cut that promo they went from face paint to something.
Oh, we went from face paint to something, and it's a great promo.
Something
I can't
with the
remember
all
what it
whites and fucking match of the night
all
shit. Yeah.
whites.
No, that was that's all I thought about when
I
you were
want-
saying that Hood like Usos.
I call them the Hood Usos, but I don't mean that in a bad way. I love that version of the Usos, the theme song. I love the Uso Penitentiary. I want those Usos back with Jacob Fatu because it makes sense with Jacob Fatu's character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
like
I think-
overall though, this pay-per-view I expected to be so bad, to be honest.
It delivered. My only thing is that co-main event was underwhelming.
Yeah, the Queen of the Ring was underwhelming. It was very obvious, but
I would have wanted
overall-
Cody Randy as co-main event.
That's
Mhm.
what I thought should have been co-main event. You
Because
could
if
open with
Cody-
the Rhea Raquel match, because that was really good.
Because if Cody wasn't gonna interfere or do anything to that match, then why was he on first?
I hate when they do that. They do
Yeah.
a big match to start it, and then the bigger
I
match
would have.
to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could have booked the match order, I would have had Cody Orton co-main event, and then have Cody sit out there and say, "I'm watching this match," so I know.
Like I
who
said, I
I'm
would've
facing.
had
Or put him on
Cody
commentary like they
Open.
used to do. They used to do that
Yeah,
shit all the
put him
time.
on
Put him on commentary.
commentary.
The New Day does that
I'm
now.
watching this- Yeah, I'm watching this match to see who I'm facing at
Like-
SummerSlam. But overall, I thought Night of Champions, whether you watched it, you didn't watch it, all the controversy and stuff, I thought it was a good show. I thought it was a good
Weirdly
show.
enough, it gave me promise for the Royal Rumble because I thought the Royal
Yeah.
Rumble was going to be a shit show because
Yeah,
Saudi
I'm
has a
looking-
track record of terrible pay-per-views.
Yeah, I'm
And
looking
hearing that
forward
the
to...
Rumble was going to be there, I was
Yeah.
so nervous how bad the Rumble was going to be.
Yeah.
But tonight kind of eased it because tonight was the best
Yeah.
pay-per-view they've had in Saudi. Tonight was actually
Yeah.
one of the better pay-per-views they've had all year.
They
Yeah.
that crowd was alive.
Yeah,
That crowd
International-
was nuts during the Cena Punk match? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh my god.
Shout out to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. You guys were live, baby. That
A
was
lot
awesome.
of the international crowds do that though.
Yeah, y'all were
I
lit.
love that
Yeah.
they didn't over chant though. That's my biggest problem with
Yeah,
international
they did
crowds.
good.
Is the
Oh,
constant
yeah.
chanting. Saudi was actually like a perfect
they were
level
good.
of just letting
Yeah.
the ambiance build, but also being a crowd. Like
Yeah.
the light
Yeah.
thing during the Punk Cena match was awesome. The
they
swag
were good.
surfing, it was fucking cool, dude. I
Yeah.
actually really liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
I
good.
just don't know how a 30 women's Royal Rumble's gonna work in Saudi.
Oh, it's gonna be like the Power Rangers.
Don't make it work. Don't make it
It's
work.
gonna be like
It's
the
gonna
pa-
be weird. That's all. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be a really weird scene because you get like the cool attires, and you still are because
Yeah,
you got like
you
the
will.
storm thing from
It'll be
Jade.
good.
You're
I
still gonna
thought
get cool attires.
Yeah.
It's just not
She-
gonna be like. It's gonna feel weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you gotta. It's like I tell people, they've had this deal for a long time, and
But they gave me hope. They
yeah,
gave me
get-
hope tonight
it's
for
gonna be
Rumble. I'm
good.
actually
It's gonna
kind of
be good.
excited for Rumble. I'm bummed out I can't go.
I'm
because not
fucking
flying to
pissed.
Saudi Arabia.
I'm
I'm
pissed.
bummed-
I have
Well,
never
hey,
been
hey,
to a Royal
hey,
Rumble, and
hey.
I said because they went to the Royal Rumble in 2025. They went. These fuckers went, and I was gonna.
This is like right up above my head somewhere.
I was gonna go,
My dinosaur.
and I
Yeah.
opted out of it. And
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'll do 2026 because I already know the winner. It's gonna be Cody, and whatever. And then,
Cody.
or no, well, no, Jey Uso. Sorry,
Jey Uso,
sorry. I try and get that out of my
the
mind.
Yeet Man, the Yeet
Yeah,
Man.
I try and get that out of my mind. I apologize. But, then as I'm watching, right on my bed, right there, I was watching the Royal Rumble on my TV that's right here, right in front of me, and I get an ad. Coming to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Royal Rumble. I I immediately went and got the liquor out of my fridge. I was so mad. I was so mad because there is not a hope in hell that I get a passport to go out of the United States, and I sure as hell am not gonna sit on a connecting flight 3 times to go to Saudi Arabia
7 to
I was
15
about to say.
for
hours.
like that
15
long.
hours.
Yeah.
I want to do
Yeah.
England, but if I'm going again a passport, it's not going to be for Saudi Arabia. My first international trip would not be Saudi. It's more likely to be Canada or the UK.
No, I was
And it is
so
Saudi.
I was so mad. I was
Especially
so
with the
mad.
track record Saudi has. Before tonight, there was no way in hell I would even think about it.
Yeah.
But now
Well,
there's
they-
like a
look,
sliver
they
of
pulled it
hope.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pulled it off. Everyone's safe.
To be
They
honest, the
pulled
only
it
reason I
off.
would go
Good
is for the
match.
experience, the like
Yeah, no,
WWE
Riyadh-
experience.
Yeah, no, they
Same.
take the politics and the bullshit, everything that goes on in these other countries. Riyadh itself, from what I
Beautiful
heard, is
city.
very. It's
It looks
beautiful
nice,
city,
yeah.
From what I've seen, I heard it's safe. They got the cool WWE experience.
Just a little scared because of
Sucks
politics and
yeah,
what else.
sucks,
Yeah.
sucks you can't do your Royal Rumble.
And there's
Beast,
like
but guess-
random laws and stuff I would be terrified
Yeah,
of
but
breaking. Like
But Beast, guess
Yeah.
what? Guess what? You're gonna lose your WrestleMania virginity.
I know.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
breaking
know.
the Mania
Las
cherry.
Vegas, baby.
I
Viva
know.
la!
Las Vegas.
I know. If my gay
I just-
friend,
I'm-
if my gay friend is watching this,
Hell yeah.
I might have to go to your house.
We're coming back to Vegas, baby. I got the suite booked.
You know who you are.
All right. Yeah, he knows who he is. But anything.
Hey, I'm just saying, if the channel explodes, I say if the channel hits like a certain, we have to set this milestone. But if it hits said milestone, I say we all get our passports and we go to a Riyadh show, and we do a giant vlog in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia as the three amigos.
I'm gonna have to
can't
like
go to-
research laws.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So I ain't gonna
mean,
spit
I
on the
can't-
sidewalk and get
hey,
sniped.
hey,
I was just saying
Henry,
we set a milestone for the
hey,
future, and one day in the future we'll go to Saudi as the three amigos.
Well, I love you guys, but I got like a lot of years on y'all. I don't think my old ass is going to no Riyadh, but y'all can go for me,
Oh,
boo!
boo! Do it for the content.
Nah, you know what we can do, Henry? What we'll do is we'll get one of those like box TVs, right?
There you go.
And we'll just
Yeah.
wheel them around. We'll live stream
Yeah.
it.
Just get a cardboard
get a
cardboard
fat
cutout and
head.
just have a
Get a fat head.
Get a fat head,
tab
yeah.
it.
Get a fat- I'll make a
I
fat
say
head for
say
you.
we do it, man.
We'll bring a chair back for you.
Yeah.
Either way, I think I'm
gonna
gonna get my passport this next year anyway, because I want to go to a Canada show. I want to go to Canada.
I have to
Yeah.
make.
As a good friend of mine would know it as Canada.
Yeah, I gotta get I'm getting my real ID in August. So
I gotta do that shit too because they postponed that so many times. I was hoping
Oh, I
to do
have
it
mine.
again.
Yeah.
They
Henry has
postponed
I
it so
gotta
many
get mine.
times. I was hoping that I didn't
Yeah.
have to do it at all because you know.
Yeah, no, I gotta
but-
get that for Vegas. But yeah, like I said, I thought Night Champions was a great show.
Match of the night. Well, what are we saying?
Punk
What's
Cena.
yours,
There's
Beats?
not even a debate. It's not even a debate.
Yeah.
Okay, Henry said Punk Cena beat you.
Yeah, that's Punk
Punk
Cena.
Cena. Yeah, Match of the Night, Punk Cena.
The
We
only
got
one
our-
that even like it's like Punk Cena, second place Punk Cena, third place Punk Cena, and then you could throw Cody Randy because I don't think a single
Yeah.
match touches it. The only one that comes even remotely close is Cody Randy.
Yeah, like top three matches. Top three
I have to
matches
rewatch
was.
it. I only saw like parts, bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, top three matches are definitely Punk Cena 1, Randy Cody 2, and then the Rhea Raquel match. Those were the best
Yeah, I
three
agree.
matches.
I agree. So anything else you guys want to touch on before we head out of here?
I think we're good on episode 1. I think we've gone for a
Okay.
pretty long ramble.
Well, yeah, I think we did
Yeah.
good. All right, guys. This was our debut episode, Bell to Bell Banter podcast. We want to thank all you guys for joining us. Before we head out of here, we're gonna give y'all our socials where you can find us. Please tell everyone where they can find you at.
Just look right below all the cameras.
Oh,
and
mine,
then-
below all the cameras.
Right
Okay.
below all the
Yeah.
cameras, you can just see it.
Below all the cameras.
If you want to subscribe to all of our channels, they're at the top of our channel.
They're
all right there.
I would
up
like
there.
to say my Instagram and TikTok are different from my Twitter handle. I will eventually fix that when I have the motivation to remember. Also, the TikTok channel for this podcast I'm gonna post the clips to is Bell Banter. It's not the number 2, it's actually the spelling. Because
Yeah,
I
that-
didn't know that Justin put a 2. And TikTok's stupid. You have to wait 30 days to change it. and I kind of don't want to delete the account, make a new email just for a TikTok. So.
Yeah. And you can see
Yeah,
that literally right in the middle of your screen, right below the
Yeah.
logo. And you got it.
All right. So yeah, Beast
Also,
put
we're
all
gonna
the
try to
logo-
do this weekly. We're gonna try
Yes.
to cover Raw and
We're gonna
SmackDown
try this
weekly.
weekly,
So hopefully
yeah.
the episodes aren't as long as this one, because this one was a
Yeah.
pretty. It's probably gonna be a pretty long one.
So either
Yeah.
either Saturdays or Sundays will be dropping these, depending on
Yeah.
if there's pay-per-views and then obviously stuff that goes on in our lives and everything.
And then like
Yeah.
SummerSlam, we probably will go live off the channel because we're all gonna be at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
We'll probably do it live.
Yeah, so yeah, guys, definitely follow all of our socials. I'll selfishly plug this here. Tomorrow night, Henry and myself, we make our way to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
The
We will
best
be
city in
representing-
the world, baby.
We will be representing
Best
the
city in the
Bell
world.
We will be representing the Bell to Bell Banter Pro Wrestling Podcast. We'll be live in Pittsburgh. We're going to be meeting the
Braun
Barkman
Breaker.
himself, Braun Breaker.
Jesus.
We'll be,
Fuck.
we will be
Scared
meeting
me.
up with
Wasn't expecting
we'll
that.
be meeting up with
Heel
a great
boy.
friend of mine, Rob and Diego, and we'll be attending Monday Night Raw.
Shout out
And they're
ARGC Media.
That's right, and we're going to be Monday Night Raw from the PPG Paints Arena, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and a SmackDown taping. So we're getting 2 shows one night. The Battle Club
Pissed off
guy,
there's
Henny,
no John Cena.
Hollywood Henny M will be representing the Bell to Bell
That CM
Banter
Punk
podcast.
guy.
Yes,
Yep.
that CM Punk guy. All right, guys. That was a great debut episode. Beast, you want to say anything before we go home? Any final thoughts?
Yeah. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and
Down there, the button's down there. It's free.
and please hit the notifications. And like Henry said, it's free. It takes 3 seconds. Please. Thank you.
And
That's
you
it.
get free comedy, entertainment, you know.
Yeah, free
who
content.
knows, maybe we'll dive into other content as we go. You know, we're figuring things out.
Yeah.
But you get 3 comedians for free. The button's free. It's right down there.
But in the comments, leave what you think was match of the night, how you thought Night of Champions went, and if any of our statements you agree with, please let us know. I'd be kind of interested to look at them. Well, we would be interested to look at them.
Hey, CM Punk guy, any closing comments, statements?
I kind of already said mine. My Instagram is different from my Twitter, but my Twitter has my tree link that has my TikTok, my Instagram. So my Twitter's probably the best place to find it because they are all different ads, which is kind of stupid on my behalf. But who thought I was gonna make content this year? I took like a 4-year break from gaming, got back into the wrestling gig, so you know. But I'll say it again. You better follow the TikTok, the Instagram, the Twitter, the YouTube. We're doing this weekly. We're going hard. We're gonna be the #1 podcast one day in like 10 years. I can't wait to have the intro. Have the longest weekly episodic podcast of all time.
Yes,
No.
sir. I would like to add.
Fun.
I would like to add one more thing. Me and Henry, after this podcast, are going to be going and possibly recording videos of our own on our own channels. So be sure to look out
We're
for
gonna
that
get
as
some
well.
Henny M gaming too.
Yes, definitely follow Beast to Go, Henny M, follow all the socials. As far as me, you know who I am. At the Battle Club Guy on Twitter, the Battle Club Guy on Instagram. I also have my own channel, the Battle Club Guys podcast on YouTube, and you should follow me on Twitter because Finn Balor follows me, so you should follow me too. All right, Beast.
And Finn, you can follow us too as well. You know, you can share the love
I'd
around the.
appreciate it.
You know, it'd be great. You know, and
One
you know, a
day
little.
create
You know, a little
yes.
nice, you know, little nudge, you know, for Randy. That'd be pretty cool.
Give us a little bit of a rub, you know.
Yeah,
You know
just a
what I'm
little
saying?
Balor rub, and I'll take back
There
all
you
my
go.
statements from
There you go.
this episode.
Yeah. Well, there you go,
Hopefully
guys.
you guys made it
Thank-
this far though.
Yeah, hope you guys
Yeah.
made it. I just want to say on behalf of all of us at the Bell to Bell Banter Pro Wrestling Podcast, thank you for joining us for our debut episode, and we will see you next time.